first time, so I'm a quiet guy. I don't talk very loud. Ask my friends someday when they ever pop on here. And sometimes I talk fast. Sometimes I don't. Sometimes I don't talk at all. I'm not really much of a media presence type person. Doing this just to give it a try. Got this whole OBS thing going, and today, for a while now, I'm going to be trying out No Man's Sky in Permadeath mode. I've played not quite 400 hours, I think, just within Steam. I had the game before that, standalone, probably several hundred hours in there too, way back in the day. And so every once in a while it pulls me back in. One of the things one of the achievements I haven't gotten yet in Steam is I remember what it's called, but it's basically the get to the core galaxy, first galaxy, Euclid galaxy core in Permadeath mode. Permadeath mode is a whole thing. It's all way different. It took me a little while to figure out even how to actually enable that game mode this round, because things are different every time I come back to it. But I'll go through that in a little bit. So I wanted to start out like straight from scratch, but before I did that, I wanted to get through a little bit, just sort of get that initial starter experience down pat, so I could kind of come back through and then start a fresh game from scratch. And I might still do that, but I started out here, and as my luck would have it, the game that was meant to be a throwaway just to get a little bit of practice and experience, it started out right next to a crashed freighter. So I kind of want to keep this one. Yeah, I get something to come back to right by my starter ship here that I ran up to so far. So what I am going to do is get back in here quick and just go back out to the save screen. I'll go through the process of starting up a Permadeath game, and then getting kind of through those first very few steps that I did to get to here. I think I've got maybe actually 10 minutes of playtime, and like probably about another 10 minutes of sitting in the cockpit here while I was getting other things figured out for the recording. So I'll go ahead and pop back out here to the game menu, and we'll just start back in as if we were starting a new one. So again, I've been drawn back in again lately. I've been playing on my survival game, and I just hit the achievement. I don't even know what it's called. I don't know. I should go look these things up before I start recording, maybe. But just hit the achievement for surviving on Extreme Worlds for long enough. I don't know, some stupid amount of time, like 16 hours or something. And it got me thinking, what's left? And really, the one that I've got left is this Permadeath, making it to the core in Permadeath mode. So obviously, the name Permadeath, basically you die once, you're done. So we don't want to get 95% of the way there and then crap out. I probably will quit the first time I do die, even with this recording stuff, but I figured we'd give it a shot. So anyway, to create a Permadeath game in No Man's Sky isn't obvious. You can go and look it up on Google. That's what I did. But there used to be, at least the way I remember it, I don't remember it wrong, there used to be an option before they had this graphical game select interface a long time ago to just pick extreme survival, and then I can't remember if there was a Permadeath option with that, or if there was a separate Permadeath mode that you could just pick right out of the gates. I never played Permadeath before, so I just kind of vaguely remember seeing it. But anyway, for now, in order to get here, we don't go to any of the presets directly. We go to custom, which is a little unintuitive, but we go to custom, and then when we pick in custom our difficulty presets, we set that to Permadeath, and I'm clicking and holding here to, you just click, it doesn't, you have to click and hold to get that to activate, and that's pretty consistent with the game interface throughout the game. So when we select the Permadeath difficulty preset under custom, it presets all these survival settings. Some of them are going to be making things pretty tough here, and that'll be kind of interesting. If we change any of these, that will take it out of this permadeath status and difficulty and just put it to custom. We don't want that. We want to keep our permadeath defaults so that we get the achievement. So we'll go ahead, and then from here we confirm and start the game. And go through the standard No Man's Sky launch. When I first started playing this back in, I don't even remember, it's a long time ago. Has it been 10 years? Maybe not quite that long, 2016 or 17 I think when it came out. But when it first came out and I first started, there was this begin initialization, like there was no documentation or nothing. I installed it. It took like 20 minutes to go through that star screen on my old computer. And then we get to this begin initialization, and now in hindsight it seems very obvious after, you know, probably close to 1,000 hours total of game time, but begin initialization, and then there's this E thing, and there's no mouse, there's no cursor, nothing, and I didn't know what I was doing. I tap E and nothing would happen. I tap it again, oh, and now they have at least, if you keep tapping it, it grows, but I'm 99.9% sure that did not happen in the first initial iteration of this game. So anyway, press and hold E. Again, the press and hold, whether it's the keyboard buttons or whether it's the mouse. Hard to say. Not hard to say. Whether it's keyboard or the mouse, that's pretty common in the game interfacing, is press and hold to activate. Very few, if any, just click and instant action type things, other than maybe with your multi-tool and stuff with the actual in-game actions and mechanics. But the menu system, it's all press and hold.
Multi-tool attachment operational. User initialization sequence complete.
Yeah, that's the thing too with that other game that I started that I was going to throw away, but don't want to anymore. The name of the planet that I defaulted on was Ruby, and that was pretty cool. So, okay, we're going to get started here right away. Thermal protection falling, so we need to get going. We need to, first of all, we want to repair our scanner, but in order to do that, we just have to grab it. I don't know why I'm in this mode. It's virtual mode. I don't like it. I don't have time to figure it out right now. We'll get a bunch of this stuff back. We need, if I remember correctly, 25 of these. Let's see, start counting up there. Got it. Alright, so we got our scanner, and I went through that quick, but I'll go back to that in a little bit. So now we can scan. We need to find sodium. There's some right up there. I could have probably seen that from the glow if I would have just used my eyeballs, but well, this is the thing. If you are just starting out fresh and you go straight into permadeath and you've never done this before, then you probably die almost instantly because you don't know. Oops, I oops, shit. Alright, I mean, shoot. Oh, didn't see that guy. Let's get him out of the way. You don't know that sodium will help you power your hazard protection. It's not obvious. You have to go figure that stuff out. You have to know that you need to recharge your hazard protection. You need to know that sodium's out here and you can grab it.
Starship signal detected.
There we go, starship signal. So we'll start heading that way. We can get more sodium over there, but there's some this way, so that's good enough. Once we get to the starship, we'll be fine. We'll just make our way this way. Careful, I'm so used to being able to fly with my jetpacks for damn near ever, and it's one of those long hour games. We cannot do that right now.
Thermal protection falling.
I'm gonna get to that sodium. And we'll get there just in time. Now, when I get to the sodium, I'm not using my tool, I'm just getting close and holding that E straight in here. 2%, look at that.
Technology recharge.
Alright. Got more little guys there. Oh, there's some more sodium. We'll get this one and then we'll come back for that other one, just to have enough.
Thermal protection falling.
And then once we get to the ship, there were maybe a few other steps I did, I don't remember exactly, but I'll probably swap back over to the other game. I'm just doing this one to kind of get there. Oh, a little cave. So, for those of you that have never played before, if you are starting out and you're having some thermal protection issues,
Extreme cold damage detected.
you can get down in a cave like this and go far enough in, and it will kind of give you thermal protection there. Let your suit recharge a little bit. Where'd the other sodium go that I wanted? Pay attention to what I'm doing here.
Thermal protection
Oh,
falling.
right there. Anyway, it'll give you a little bit of protection, and then you'll be able to let your suit recharge. How far away is that?
Technology recharge.
Oh, there we go. 300, I think we can make that. Let's go kill ourselves. And we don't let the hostile plants knock us around too much. I'm using that C button to scan. And when I said you press and hold, this is one of the cases where you don't actually. See, you just tap it. And just enough time to get another one of these. There we go. Oh, I kind of want to go grab that one too, since it's not too far away here. Just shove that in there right away. So here's our ship.
Thermal protection falling.
We can get in there right away, maybe. Guess I'll just go to the other thing first and left there. Game content starter here. It's telling us everything's offline. Gotta fix it. Going through the content. Alright, so now it's telling us we gotta go through and do repairs. We gotta repair pulse engine, we gotta repair the launch thrusters. We don't have all the recipes to make all this stuff yet, or the materials, so it'll kind of walk us through that a little bit. But if you notice, probably should have saved that sodium before. If you notice, the blue bar is increasing. That's the thermal protection for the cold. So we got our thermal protection increasing because we're in a protected environment inside the ship here. So even though we can't fly it away or do anything yet, it is kind of a safe spot for us, and it represents a save point as soon as we hit exit the ship here. So you can see on the right, it tells you press E to exit. Or exit, and it says restore point save. So we're gonna go ahead and get back in here because I need to try to remember how the hell switch my... I guess we can come back out. I gotta remember how to switch my view, my perspective. I don't remember.
Thermal protection falling.
Most wheel. I don't know what we got. Oh, and here in the first place, must have been doing a bunch of key combos or something before and wasn't paying attention to what I did, and I don't know what's gonna go off there. Well, I'll play it like this until I get that figured out. Anyway, so what I had done so far in another save was basically I ran over here to this thing, started the initial set of quests. Broadcast notification. Now it's compliant. Position log. System integrity scan initialized. I suppose they should read those. Not everybody watches can read. It wants to collect some fairy dust, craft metal plating, for the puzzle. Okay, we can do that. Wow, dang it, I hate this. There's a little bit over there. Oh, you know what we are going to do? We're going to get some of this carbon. Because I know we're going to need to recharge this gun here pretty soon. Multi-tool.
Thermal protection falling.
Get some of those trees. They'll have a little more. But maybe not a lot for how much we spent burning them down. There, now we can fuel that guy back up. Yeah, he was getting a little... Oh, okay.
Technology recharging.
Oh, and we can maybe make our scanner. What do we need for that? Carbon nanotubes. We're getting all that carbon. So we go, we make ourselves carbon nanotubes. Inventory, see anything in your suit, it's called cargo. Just click on a spot. Carbon nanotubes, what do we need for them? We need more carbon. We spent all our carbon. Now we get some,
Thermal protection falling.
oh, I'm gonna have to get back in the ship in a little bit and let my thermal protection pop back up. I'll get this guy quick first. Oh, I shouldn't have done that. It's gonna take too long. There we go.
Extreme cold damage detected.
Yeah, that's hurting. Alright, so I get back in here, let that charge back up. Did I get enough carbon? I don't know. No, we don't want to make that yet. We want... Oh yeah, got enough for one. So we'll make one. Then I go back to our multi-tool. That analysis visor. We can click on that. Add our carbon nanotube. And bam. I don't know if the supercharged slots will matter for the analysis visor itself directly, but if they regular slot versus supercharged slot, once we start adding in things, building little components to add into our multi-tool like the bolt caster or force field, basically it increases the efficacy, that increases the capability of whatever module is in there. But if the module doesn't have any kind of valued, numbered, quantifiable stat on it, I don't know actually what happens there. Somebody can let me know in the comments. Let's stick it in there and see what happens. I don't think it's gonna. The supercharged effects will be highlighted if there are any, usually, and we're not seeing that in here. The one thing that this might do, since it gives us the scanner, is it would allow us to start scanning components like this, and then we get money for those, and it's 200 units. So I know that that isn't doing anything because that's what it is by default without any other mods. Let's just stick that back up here, and we'll scan something else quick and show you that. That one we already did. Do we have anything else? I guess this one. No, it's the same. We don't have. Now we can scan the little guy. That's gonna be more than 200. And so is this thing. But we'll get those credits built up a little bit so we can use those later. There we go. Alright, so we got a bunch of units for that stuff. Oh, that's a flying guy. Alright. And we need to go get some more ferrite dust. That was one of the things we needed to make the plate for our ship. Let's scan it. 200? Yeah, well. Scan it up quick. Cash build up quick. Get some more. There we go. Oh, ferrite dust. And we're working on getting that ferrite dust up to 50 very slowly here. I'm gonna go grab these oxygens because that will help us recharge our life support in a bit. 32, man, it's slow. And I'm doing that scanning because the person has to hold the scanner, and then when the reticle is on something that's been unidentified, a creature
Extreme cold damage detected.
and the creature or the different kind of mineral things or the different kind of plant things, you press hold the left mouse button down to initiate and complete the scan. Then you get little rewards for different things. You get credits for scanning those three things: the creatures, the minerals, the plants on any given planet. And then with your multi-tool, you can get modules to improve that scanner's capabilities, and then to improve the rewards you get get it built up to where you're getting tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands, even for certain things, of credits, units, they call them, for every scan, depending on exactly what the thing is or the creature is. Then they have different types of rewards as well when you start going through your discoveries and scanning things. So like flora, we've discovered 3 different types of plants here. It doesn't tell you how many there are to discover, like it does for the animals. Fauna, we got 4 of 7, so we got 3 more that we can do. So there's another flying creature, diurnal, so probably I need to get down at night. And then we've got a rare ground. That should be not too bad to find. Just run around for a while, and eventually you get the rare one to pop up. The uncommon underground shouldn't be too bad either if we find a nice big cave, but I hate digging around for those guys down in caves. Sometimes they're easy, sometimes not, but we'll see. But if we get all of these, and then we can turn that in and receive these 1,750 nanites, which starting out, that's a pretty good chunk of nanites. Nanites is basically just another currency in the game. You look up here, you got your units. We've got 8,500 so far from our scanning. Nanites, Quicksilver is a whole different thing, which once we get in the game ways, we can look at that. That's more of it's almost like I don't even know what to call that. The equivalent of, it's kind of like when you buy currency, like, use real money to buy in-game currency for games where you can get different types of things that don't actually affect your gameplay, but they're just cosmetic. There's a whole in-game system that you can get into to do all that stuff, and I've done it a few times on other runs, and so whatever. It's kind of, if you have people to play with, that's where, or if you want to play with people, that's a place where you can kind of, or a thing that you can kind of do to essentially do that, engage a little more multiplayer. We'll take a look at it when we get to that point in our start here. But so I'm actually gonna just jump ahead now. I'll make it's gonna guide us through making this metal plate because we have enough ferrite dust now. So I'll make that quick and show that we can add that to the pulse engine. There are a couple ways. You can just grab it and stick it on there, and it'll automatically put it in, or you can go in, click on this and get in there, and then you can click on the thing that you already have the material for. Like, I don't have the hermetic seal. I did this. But if I were to click on the hermetic seal, if I already had one, I'd click it and it would just add it in there. So a couple different ways to go about it, but now we have insufficient resources. So let's see here. It wants us to do the next step. I can't remember. Oh, maybe we haven't gotten far enough yet. Let's see here. We can't make the hermetic seal that it wants us to make. So I think that's what we're getting to right now. So iteration, functional, start chip, damage, vital one's missing, unable to synth, yeah, this thing. So we can't make the hermetic seal. So it's going to take us to the next part. And I did this on the other map, so I'll do, or on the other save, so I'll do it here too yet. Request assistance. And then it gives us this planetary chart to kind of get us introduced to that concept. And we'll take a look at that quick for mistrust speaking. So we go, missed that, we'll let that. Oh, that's just on the right there, our metal plating repair pulse engine. It's kind of telling us the next thing to do. So if we go back into our inventory, oh, we have to run out here, that's right. Go grab it from this thing. Let's have to run over to this thing. Oh, dang that guy. Alright, so we're gonna go in here. Planetary chart. Take that. And now we have a planetary chart. Let's open the inventory tab. I didn't go through much of that, but it's all in there. Open the inventory tab, highlight the chart, and keep plot rocks. So go in there, do exactly that. Press and hold E over it.
Navigational data received.
Some nav data. And that's where we gotta go. So we need to go 800 units, whatever, feet, meters, whatever their units are. We have to do that in our suit because we don't have a working ship yet. So that's just sort of getting people to do, the whole survive out in the wilderness kind of thing, I guess. But what we want to do is, we're going to find out we're going that way, so we want to kind of line ourselves up and get some of these sodiums. What I might do is, oh, you know what, I am going to move back to the other game because this is about the same point I was at there. I haven't actually gone to get the recipe from our nav data yet on that other save. So I think we're at about the same. The one thing I might have done was I built the analysis plasma there. I didn't build the other technology here. And the exosuit, I think I might have built this guy because I picked up that oxygen. So I've got enough oxygen to make this module, this oxygen recycler module. It just gives us an extra 10% life support. If we had a supercharged slot here, we put it on there and it would give us 15%, I think, or maybe it's 20%, double. It's either 150% or 200%, I can't remember. We'll we'll go back in here first. Let our suit charge, our thermal protection charge back up. We'll go take a look at that again. You can use I use a combination of the mouse and the keyboard keys, the shortcuts. So you can use the A and the D keys to navigate back and forth between your different main inventories, your exosuit, your starship, your multi-tool, eventually your freighter. And so wait for that to get up to the 100. Put some of our oxygen in there, get that up to 100, make sure we're all charged up and good to go. And then we'll go grab some sodiums and see if we can't make it. Actually, I never did install that. We'll put that in too. Oh, we can't because I used up all my oxygen. That's all right. We'll get some more oxygen on the way, and then we'll get that guy going too. All right. So this restore point saved. So this is where we head out. I'm gonna switch back over to that other save that I like better because it has that crashed freighter like right there, and that's just kind of cool. I've never had a neat start like that on easy games. We'll give that one a try. So I'm gonna pop out of here. I'll go back to that other one now, and we'll quit the mode select. Yeah, okay. Play, and we just gotta make sure we get the right one. So that's it, Ruby. That's a neat planet name. All right, so we'll start back up. I guess we're at the 30-minute mark, so we should probably cut some of this out. I don't know. Maybe I'll just make hour-long videos, or 30-minute videos. That's probably a good spot to end episode 1 and make an episode 2. But I guess we'll go ahead and do that. I'm just gonna pop in here quick, and we'll head out over here, and we'll stop the recording, and I'll see you in the next episode.